All right, we are live on YouTube, and this is not being simulcasted on Facebook for obvious reasons. This live stream / video is being created for the YouTube audience only, and specifically for people that have been a part of my community for quite some time, because there's a lot of there's a bit of a backstory regarding this, and anyone new here is not going to understand what's going on. So if you're brand new here, this stream / replay video is not going to make a lot of sense for you. I mean, you can watch it if you'd like, but it's not going to make any sense. I'm just being transparent and upfront. Go back and watch some of my prior videos if you want to find out more about me. But before we get started here, let me make sure the notification has gone out, and it looks like it has gone out. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly on the back end of YouTube, and it absolutely is. Okay, I don't plan on being on too terribly long. I didn't really want to do a stream this late at night or early in the morning. It is 5:40 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time, 2:40 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. Those of you that don't know me yet. And a lot of things transpired throughout the communities I participate, in on YouTube. Last night, some things happened, and I wanted to address them. So when people get up first thing in the morning, they can watch the replay of this. If you're not here live, we do actually have 10 people here right now. The East Coast is waking up, and there are some people even on the West Coast that are night owls. So there are people here. But again, I wanted to do a response video to some things that happened before I get to rest, because I just want to clear my head and start off tomorrow on a bright new note. I have a lot of great things coming to this channel, and I really want to focus on those, and I want to squash other things as quickly, professionally, properly, and maturely as possible. At least I'm going to try. That's all I can do. As you noticed when you came on the stream, you saw the title. The title is Mr. and Mrs. Lycantheory, Let's Make a Deal. And if you look at the thumbnail says, can't stand the heat? Get out of the kitchen. One more time. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's some real good advice I will give anyone that is planning on becoming a YouTuber. You're going to get a lot of heat out here from the court of public opinion. You're also going to be dealing with some very mentally and emotionally challenged people with no disrespect. That's just a fact, right? And sometimes these people, take things a bit too far and, make your life miserable, make other people's lives miserable, and they just create a lot of static that I wish we didn't have to deal with, but that's part of the game. So if you're not willing to deal with that, then this may not be the thing for you. So if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? So let me first start off by saying what happened earlier tonight. I did a live stream. I had my good friend, American Dream, another content creator out here on YouTube, that joined me on the panel. We were discussing some, community issues. And one of the biggest issues we've had is with a creator that goes by the name of Jamie. He runs the Lycantheory channel. He also runs the Pugsthetic channel. And over the last few months, the Lycantheory channel owner, Mr. Lycantheory, Jamie, got involved with a woman that myself and many others initially used to be friends with out here on YouTube, stemming back to the past few years. Let's just call her Mrs. Lycantheory, because if you say her first and last name, she's found ways to privacy strike you or flag you down. It's kind of ridiculous because if someone's going to come out here on a public platform and talk about other people and talk a bunch of smack about other people, and you can't respond to them, that's not a fair thing. And once again, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? So this woman, I mentioned in some past streams, and for those of you that know the story, know that throughout the year 2020, the entire year, I worked on a few projects with this woman because a couple of people were attacking us in real life. They were coming at us in real life, and I was working with her to get a couple of restraining orders. And once those issues were resolved and our business was done, I told her I want to get back to normal. I want to start focusing on my content and take my channel to the next level, especially now that I no longer run my insurance business. I used to sell insurance, and I sold my insurance business, last year. Now, this woman started getting feelings for this Jamie Lycantheory guy who is 12 years younger than her. No problem. I mean, age is nothing but a number. I get that. And I've had so many issues with this guy, and many other people have. I mean, he runs a drama channel, and all he does is goes around YouTube all day, every day, intentionally stirring up drama, triggering people on purpose, and then coming back to his channel, running live streams, and showing video clips of him triggering people on other channels, and then inviting these people on to his platform, his panel, to talk about what happened, further triggering these people, then bringing another, 5, 6, 7, or 8 people from his, his Lycan Legion clan, whatever he calls it, to come on the panel and further attack these innocent people, right? And then it just becomes one big, let's just call it a poop show to be advertiser friendly, right? And that's what this guy does. That's his purpose, right? So I told this woman, I said, look, you don't know who you're getting in bed with here. This guy's not a good guy. And she ended up telling me, well, he's a good guy behind the scenes. Well, he's not a good guy on the front lines. And it's harming people, and it's polluting the YouTube, the YouTube community, in my opinion. But, she said that, she loved him and she wants to be with him. I said, okay, that's fine. It's creating a conflict of interest for me, and I cannot be associated with anyone that's associated with him. It's a direct line back into drama, and I want nothing to do with it. Best of luck to you. Well, she got angry and bitter that I removed myself from our friendship because of the conflict of interest. That's what happened. Okay? So, 15 in the box. You folks want to hear what I have to say, huh? Most of you are probably banned. You're not chatting. Oh, Motiga's here. Good morning, Eli. I hope all is okay. Everything's fine, bro. I'm going to update you folks before I hit the sack. We know we don't think like others. Some of us are aware of it. Cassandra Troy, what heat? We're all just zeros, ones and zeros. No, Cassandra Troy, you're a human being. I'm a human being. I may be a 0 and 1 on your screen, but this is my face, and this is my real name. Okay? If you want to consider yourself to be a 0 and 1 on the internet, like Rogue Internet Man says, that's on you. But I think you're a human being, right? Right? You have a heart, you have a soul, right? Right? You breathe the air, right? You go pee and poop every day, right? Come on. Gosh, these people are so ridiculous. The court of public opinion out here, and God, people have so many unresolved issues within themselves, stemming back to their childhoods, and then they come out here on YouTube and they just lash out for no reason. Like, why can't we just have a civil conversation without having to say something? We're just a bunch of zeros and ones. Okay, that's fine. It's your opinion, or it's maybe how you feel, right? Or maybe it's just entertainment for you, I guess. I've just heard people say this. Thank you, Eli. I'm not trying to be snarky with you. I'm just saying it's like, technically, we are all zeros and ones. That's how computers are made. Okay? Basically, the 0 means the little light switch isn't on, and the 1 means the light switch is on. Basically, components of a computer work with zeros and ones. It's called binary code, is what it is. It's the binary system. Anyway, it's a little too difficult to explain, but that's how we have computers nowadays because of binary code, zeros and ones, right? Anyway, so after the stream ended, my good friend, moderator, and channel member, American Dream, went live, and he started a live stream on StreamYard, and he was talking about, his thoughts about, Mr. Lycantheory, who was running a stream earlier on the Punksthetic channel because his Punksthetic channel is now monetized, and his Lycantheory channel, which was once monetized up until a year and a half ago, where he kept on abusing the terms of service. I kept flagging him, and then they ended up removing him from the YouTube Partner Program. And he's been so excited that he got monetized on Punksthetic that he's practically turned his Punksthetic channel into like Lycantheory channel number 2. Okay? And he kind of mentioned that on his stream earlier tonight. Well, American Dream has just had enough of Lycantheory's behavior and how some of his cohorts have been coming at him, and he just wanted to talk about it, right? So I went into his chat. I said, Dream, want to bring me on? Let's talk, right? And him and I just started talking, right? When I'm on other channels, I'm a little bit more unfiltered. I'll use some F-bombs and stuff like that because it's not a monetized channel, and I want to keep this channel as clean as possible. It's not that I'm afraid to swear, to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I feel like saying, but I'm going to also follow the YouTube terms of service, especially on my monetized channel, because I don't want to get removed. I want to play by the rules. I always play by the rules. Now, some people may not like playing by the rules, but that's on them, right? I like playing by the rules, right? On non-monetized channels, it's a little bit different. Okay, you don't have to worry about, your content being ad-friendly. You just have to worry about it being within community guidelines, right? And copyright guidelines. That's it, right? So we were going back and forth, and then Jamie on his Punksthetic channel, Mr. Lycantheory, ended his stream. He had a pathetic turnout. He had on average 25 to 30 people on his stream. When I was streaming at the same time as he was, that was just by coincidence. It wasn't purposefully done because I don't run my life based on his schedule, no matter what he thinks. We were pretty much neck to neck, and I'm not counting. I'm just saying it's odd to me that we're getting about the same numbers now, right? I started to notice, like I mentioned on my stream earlier, and then on American Dream stream when I got on there, that Jamie's numbers have gone way down. He's only getting about 1/3 of the audience he used to get because I'm no longer getting triggered by him, and I'm no longer, giving him and his audience what they want. Now, tonight, when things got a little bit heated on American Dream's channel, we started to express ourselves with more passion, and we just shared our frustration about Jamie because we just can't believe how a grown man in his mid-30s could just continue to behave that way, whether he's acting or not, right? Even if he's acting, putting on a show, it's just pathetic what he's doing, And so American Dream, Jamie started to simulcast American Dream on his Lycantheory channel initially, which Jamie changed his Lycantheory channel name to Lycantheory Memes and Attacking Other YouTubers, because I mentioned that he should change that name yesterday or the day before yesterday, right? And he actually did it, right? It's almost like he wants that channel to get taken down so he can have something else to talk about and then move everything over to the Punksthetic channel and call that Lycantheory because it's now monetized, right? I don't know. I think for some reason he's trying to do that on purpose. I don't know. Who knows, right? So I told Dream, go and flag that stream for copyright. He'll file a counter notification, but he'll be down for 2 weeks, right? So Dream went to go file he left to go file the copyright takedown, and I was running the stream. Well, next thing you know, Jamie killed the stream, and Dream came back. Then Jamie went and started to simulcast Dream again on his hashtag Lycan Legion channel, which used to be, I believe, CBN. And that's what he used to call it. I'm not going to tell you what it stands for. If you've been a part of the community, you know what it is, right? So basically, I told Dream, go and flag the stream again, dude. So Dream went to go flag the stream, and he never came back. I think he was drinking a little bit, maybe a little bit more than a little bit, and I think he passed out because he never came back because after he left to go flag Jamie's second simulcasting of him, which it's pathetic. Jamie goes from the Punksthetic channel, finishes that stream, then goes and simulcasts Dream on one channel. Dream goes to flag a copyright, or goes to file a copyright, I mean. And then Jamie kills the stream, goes to Lycantheory and starts simulcasting him again. And then while Dream was gone and he never came back, Jamie killed that stream. And I think he started the simulcast again somewhere. But at that point, I didn't care because at that point, I was on my own. Dream never came back. And for the next 2 hours, I was running the show. I was going to kill the stream, but somebody came in to my channel, or not my channel, Dream's channel, that I hadn't talked to in a while, that, I've been wondering what's going on. And that's Susie Q7979, the Susie Q7979 channel. And I had, put out there that, hey, I'd like to talk with you, Susie, about some things. And, I apologize about things in the past, right? She came in there and we started talking. And then Barbara P came in from the past. We started talking as well. So we were talking back and forth, and they ended up sending me some screenshots where they were claiming that Mrs. Lycantheory used my email and my name and my ID to take down a channel from a lady called, let's just call her Heather. We're just going to call her, Heather, I believe is what her name is. Now, I was looking at this and I'm like, how in the world could she have done this? My email is there. My channel name is there. I was trying to figure it out, but I'm like, there's no way she could have done it. I've never given her my password. She has not hacked me. I've got strong passwords, and I even have two-factor authentication. Even if she had my password, she would need my the 6-digit code sent to my phone, and she'd have to enter it within a few minutes or it expires. So there's no way that she could have done this. Then we were thinking that maybe she created a fake account, and then when she was found the copyright form, that she put my channel's email as a secondary email. And then I went back and I remembered that the way copyright works is this. The channel that sends it, the email that sends it, is the primary email that's sent to the person that receives the copyright notice for violating the copyright, right? I was saying to them, I'm like, look, I remember I had flagged Heather at one point, right? I had flagged her at one point. I took her down for a video, and I went to the back end of my YouTube channel because we all have the copyright tab now. Even if you're not in the YouTube partner program and don't have the full-blown copyright match tool, which will find when people re-upload your videos, right? Even if you're not in the YouTube partner program, you still have the copyright tab. You just only have the removal request section, right? If you're in the YouTube partner program, you have the matches tab, which will show you who's, using your content. And then you can decide if you want to take it down or not. There's a removals tab. Then there's also the tab where you can message the creator that's using your content, or you can even archive the match of the copyrighted material found if you have given permission or you have no problem with that person using your content, right? So I was going through my copyright match tool in the removal section, and I couldn't find that video of where I knew I had taken Heather down for copyright, but it was last year. And they're showing me screenshots of this email that Heather received. And it's showing all 3 videos, and the date that she got that email was February 24th, I believe, right? And I was looking at it, and it showed all 3 emails, and I was telling them this could be the email that she received when her channel was terminated, and this is listing all 3 videos. So I'm trying to figure this out while I'm on the air, and I couldn't figure it out. I was thinking to myself, there's no way this woman did this, right? Now, they were thinking that she did it because here's another thing. When I was working with this woman for a year on a couple of projects, a couple of, mutual perpetrators we had that were coming at us in real life, and we were getting restraining orders on them. Now, I'll mention this again to you, JD Gunner. I never had a restraining order on you. It was Mrs. Lycantheory that had it, and she told me that she added me as no third-party harassment. Now, I question that. I don't think that that is true. She did show me a sheet on that, but it never made it into the docket, right? And other people were telling me that that wasn't true. And I began to believe that because when I got my restraining order on the doctor, every sheet that I handed in to the court ended up on the docket. So I'm beginning to believe, and this is just my thoughts. I could be wrong, ma'am. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. I'm just saying I could be wrong, but I think that that was fabricated. I think that that sheet was fabricated or it was left out. You did not hand that sheet in. It never made it on the docket. If it's not on the official docket, it's not on the official part of the RO, right? So anyway, I'm not going to question that. It's not a big deal. Let's move on from that, okay? So the reason why they were thinking she was doing this is because they heard Mrs. Lycantheory go on a panel. They sent me video clips. I'm not sure when that video clip was done. It could have been last night. It could have been last week. But Mrs. Lycantheory went on a panel and was saying, I have Eli's ID. I have Eli's ID. Just so you know, I have his ID. So, ma'am, I believe I may have sent you my ID for legal business purposes, ma'am. And that was confidential, completely confidential, ma'am. Despite what happens, that's confidential. And you have no right to put that out there publicly, ma'am. You were trusted with that, and you're still being trusted with that, right? But you threatened that you have my ID because you lost your emotional self-control because you weren't getting your way, or people have been coming at your boyfriend, Mr. Lycantheory, because of the way he treats them, ma'am. Ma'am, you got to let him fight his own battles, and you have to fight your own battles. And if you can't stand the heat, ma'am, you got to get out of the kitchen. I'm not trying to be rude, but you threatened to expose my license, ma'am. Okay? You threatened to put that out there publicly, ma'am. Okay? And here's the thing. I'm going to say this right now. I don't think you're going to do that, ma'am, but let me tell you, you and YouTube headquarters are the only two people that I've ever sent that to. No one else has it, ma'am. And YouTube would never put that publicly. So, ma'am, you're the only person that could possibly expose that. If I ever see that license hit anywhere on the internet, I will file criminal charges on you that same day. That's not a threat. That's a promise. But I don't think you're going to make that mistake, ma'am. Please don't make that mistake, okay? Now, if you do it, I can't control it, ma'am, but that's going to be something that you're never going to be able to come back from. I'm letting you know. If that sees the light of day on a stream or on the internet or wherever, ma'am, okay? If that hits wherever, ma'am, that's the day I file criminal charges. I call Redwood City Police and I file a criminal report on you. I don't want to go there. And I don't think you want that to go there, ma'am. I'm just stating that because you went on a stream and publicly threatened to put out my license that I gave to you in complete confidence for a legal matter that we both worked on, ma'am. Now, as far as the copyright takedown, after the stream ended, because I was trying to run the stream, look at the chat, trying to figure out on my laptop while I was on the chat on my phone, I was on StreamYard through my phone, and I'm on my laptop, which is right below my camera here that I'm looking at right now, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This doesn't make sense. I don't think she did this, but I need to figure it out, because the only reason why I thought it was a possibility is because this woman has been able to this woman has done a lot of things to remove her content off of YouTube. The reason why people thought it was her, and why I may have thought it was her, is because she has gone from creator to creator to creator to creator and asking them to remove videos off of certain channels where her videos are on as well. So that way that channel can get 3 strikes and be shut down, and every single video, including all of hers, can be removed. That's what she does. Ma'am, that's what you do, right? And that's ridiculous, ma'am, because here's the thing. You're on YouTube. Don't do anything that you don't want the whole world to see and replicate, right? We've all made mistakes out here, including myself. I got videos that You see, man, it's hypocritical that you don't want people putting out videos on you, but your man that you love and adore has very defamatory videos out there on me, which I could care less about anymore because people know the truth anyway. It was a mistake, and I owned it, and I apologized, and I moved on from it. But see, man, your boyfriend has the Coach Eli's Greatest Hits and many other videos that are defamatory on me. Your boyfriend has over 150 videos between all his channels on me, right? And if you don't want to call that creator-on-creator harassment, I don't know what is, okay? But I let all that go. I said, forget about it, right? So because this woman has been trying to remove all the hateful content of her on this platform, where she only has herself to blame for putting it out there in the first place, ma'am, no one would have had that content if you didn't create it and put it out there in the first place, ma'am. Ma'am, it had to get from your computer to the internet somehow for other people to have it. You have no one else to blame but yourself. Just like I have no one else to blame but myself for things I've said in the past, even the things that your boyfriend has put out there in videos of me, right? Right? So you have to have a little tolerance for all that, ma'am. Again, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? Right? So with that being said, that's why I thought somehow she put this through. But then I'm like, okay, I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to look into this more deeply. I ended the stream, went back into my copyright match tool in the removals section. I saw the name of the video of the screenshot that was sent to me by the people that are friends with this Heather chick that had her channel shut down because basically what happened was I put one copyright strike on her for putting one of my videos out there. It was kind of a hateful attack, but you know what? Looking back at it nowadays, it's not that big of a deal. Then this Mrs. Lycantheory put strike 2 on her channel, I guess, apparently, and then strike 3 was put on by a woman named Sharon, I believe, right? Cassandra of Troy, I like American Dream. I think he's pretty funny, and he's much smarter than many people credit him. And I fully back that, Cassandra. He is a great guy. He's had moments like we all have, right? But he's a decent guy. He's much better of a person than anyone in that Lycantheory echo chamber. Cassandra of Troy furthermore says, Eli, as you know, I've been on stream with Jamie. We only talk psychology together. What I know is that Mrs. Lycantheory has never shared your ID with him or anybody. She said also that nobody should even ask her for it. Well, then why is she even bringing it up in the first place, Cassandra? It's one thing to share it, which would get her in big legal trouble. But why would she even threaten to share it? You know why? You know why she said that, ma'am? She's flexing her muscles on me. And let me tell you something. Nobody's going to flex their muscles on me over something I haven't done. She's flexing her muscles because she wants to protect her boyfriend's channel. And she knows her boyfriend does some pretty hateful content, in my opinion. Some pretty controversial content that attacks other people and basically makes people go on the defensive, right? So it's one thing for her to share. It's another thing for her to flex her muscles saying, I've got this. So watch what you do, right? No, I'm not going to be blackmailed like that. I'm not. Because here's the thing. If that thing ever sees the light of day, that's a criminal legal issue. She knows it. I know it. We all know it, right? So I'm not going to be blackmailed by that, okay? So I appreciate what you're saying, Cassandra, but listen, there's no need to flex your muscles. It's like these conservative Caucasian extremist men from the Midwest and South. They like to flex their muscles. Hey, Eli, I make more money than you. Hey, Eli, I'm married and you're not. Hey, Eli, I have kids and you don't. Hey, Eli, I have a better car than you, Eli. Right? What's the need of that, Cassandra? I'm not getting mad. I'm a passionate guy. I'm on your side. Please, don't take me the wrong way. I'm a very passionate guy. But why flex your muscles when you don't have to, right? When people flex their muscles on me for no reason, I'm going to call them out every time. And that's what I'm doing. Mo says, I tried to find American Dream. Hard for me to find. What, the channel? I'll send you the links, bro. I'll send you the links behind the scenes. Cassandra of Troy, I think she brings it up to prove her loyalty. No, she doesn't bring. Cassandra, with all due respect, please don't be naive. This woman's a lot smarter than you think. This Mrs. Lycantheory is a very intelligent woman with top-notch manipulative skills. She is very, very, very good at what she does, right? It takes someone very intuitive like myself to understand what she's doing. There's no need to ever bring anything up like that, ever. She brought it up to flex her muscles. Let's be real. I think she brings it up to prove her loyalty, that she has it but will not use it. I admit I could be wrong, but this is another way to look at it. No, nobody would. There's no need to bring. That's confidential, private, legal information for behind the scenes when we worked on some legal stuff together. I got a lot of legal stuff of hers. I'm not flexing to put it public. I'm not threatening anything. The only thing I was saying is that, hey, if there are other people that have been dealing with legal issues regarding her and she's coming at them, and I have information that could help them, with their case, if I feel if I feel these people are being done wrong, I'm going to help them out, but it's going to be behind the scenes. It will never go public, and that's that. I only mentioned that on the stream because I haven't talked with Susie in a while, and we have not been on good terms. Okay, I'm very new here. I'm learning how to be more intuitive if that is possible. No, Cassandra, it's all good. It's not about that. I'm just saying, look, there's no way, whether you're on YouTube or in real life, nobody's going to say something like that unless they're flexing their muscles saying, hey, I know you got something on me, and you've got something that could bury me, and if you do that to me, I've got your ID. I've got your ID. You better watch what you do. She didn't say it like that, but that's what she meant. She's flexing her muscles, right? Okay? I don't put up with blackmail. That's blackmail, right? Especially when the type of blackmail, if it's actually used, then that definitely is a criminal offense. So I don't want to go there. It's not going to go there, okay? She's not going to put it out, and that's not going to happen. I'm just saying I will not be blackmailed. I won't. It's not going to happen. So after looking in my copyright match tool, I found the video that I removed. It was back in, I think it was October. Let me take a look. Heck. I'm not going to put it on the screen. It's on my community tab. If you folks want to see it, it's on my community tab, right? So I'm just going to go to my community tab real quick. If you give me just 1 second. And I'm going to look at the date information. Okay, the date that I filed that copyright on Heather's channel was on October 5th, 2020. When these people sent that screenshot earlier to me, that was a screenshot of YouTube sending Heather a notice saying that your channel has been disabled because you have 3 copyright strikes on your channel. Her channel was disabled on February 24th. I didn't take her down for copyright on February 24th. These people, no disrespect. I'll talk with you about you, Susie, Shangy, everyone else in just a second, okay? Her channel was removed on February 24th because that's when the 3rd strike ended up going through, I believe, put on her channel by Sharon. And Lycantheory on his community tab posted the whole story. I think what happened was, I think that Mrs. Lycantheory wrote most of that paragraph on his community wall, and then Mr. Lycantheory added some snarky comments below that. You have your secretary doing your work for you, James. That's funny, right? So basically, I did file that copyright. It came from my account, and it was not Mrs. Lycantheory using my email, using my ID, using my channel name. Now, I understand why the other side thought that she did that, because the other day, Jamie, Mr. Lycantheory, posted an email on his community tab because I had blocked him on my main Coach Eli at coacheli.com email. So I sent him an email from my Eli the Coach at gmail.com email. And that was a couple years ago when I was supposed to go on a panel with him, and I canceled out at the last minute. I didn't want to go on for whatever reason it was, right? So he posted that email a few hours before I was supposed to go on his show on Monday night, trying to get people to believe that, I was canceling out that night to go on to Charles F. Gray's show, which is what I mentioned on that email. But that email clearly states the date. It was like it was in October of 2019, I believe, right? So Shangy and Susie and the rest of them, they took that screenshot with that email. They matched it up with the email of the notice where Heather's channel was shut down, and they thought that Mrs. Lycantheory was filing fraudulent copyright claims on my behalf using my name. And again, because they had video clips of her saying she has my ID. I mean, if you put two and two together, and Mrs. Lycantheory, and some of the things she's done before to remove content, she has a reputation for that. Man, I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm just saying, good, bad, or indifferent, you have a reputation for that. These people, I can understand why these people thought you did it, okay? I did the research, you didn't do it, and I will apologize to you on that aspect. Despite you threatening with my ID and all that, right is right and wrong is wrong. They were wrong. And I didn't even blame you for it initially. I was like wondering what's going on. You go back and watch the American Dream replay, which is still up right now, and you'll hear me on that channel say, hey, I got to look into this. And when I looked into it and found out the truth, I decided to post it on my community tab immediately, right? Now, that's that. So here's where we're at right now. This is where I say, let's make a deal, Mr. and Mrs. Lycantheory. You folks want me to go away, right? Jamie, you put on your community tab, you want me to go away, right? Right? And I don't want to be a part of this. I really don't want to be a part of this, but we have unfinished business. We have unfinished business here, right? Okay? I'm beginning to more and more see what's been happening now between Mrs. Lycantheory and these other people, right? Okay? And I'm beginning to think that a lot of these claims that Mrs. Lycantheory made were small little YouTube spats that were blown way out of proportion, okay? Now, as far as my restraining order on the doctor, I'm going to look further into that because all the proof I have definitively shows that Ronaldo Trim and the doctor are the same person. But a lot of other people are telling me that they're three different people. So I'm going to do further research on that, and I want to see further definitive proof. I don't want somebody sending me a recorded conversation talking to somebody claiming to be, Trim Hits, and that could be anyone on the other side of the line. I need definitive proof, just like what you did, Shangy, when I got, Ronaldo to come out on camera with a mask and, the wig, and then you superimpose the doctor's face over him and the eyebrows and the face matched. That was definitive, bro. That was exact. So I need definitive proof like that, showing that he's not the same person. They're all three are not the same person, right? And if it's proven to me that that's the case, then I will consider retracting the RO, right? But if this RO is on the wrong guy, then why hasn't the real doctor, told his attorneys to file a grievance on this? Why? Why hasn't he, right? Any normal human being that gets a restraining order on them, that's mistaken identity, would fight it right away. I've had this RO for like half a year now. Come on. Jesus Christ. But hey, if you folks could give me definitive proof, I want to do the right thing. Now, here's the deal. Now, Heather, I want you to listen up. I want everyone to listen up here because, Heather, I've got something to say to you here, okay? I got something to say to you in a few here. Now, here's the thing. Enough is enough, okay? People are tired of the Lycantheory echo chamber and what he's doing, and whenever his girlfriend gets involved and stirs up the pot more, it just gets worse. I'm just going to be honest, Mr. and Mrs. Lycantheory. We'll just call you that, okay? I've never met two other people in my entire life that have stirred up the pot more than you both have, ever. You two have stirred up the YouTube pot, at least the communities that we're involved with, more than anyone, ever. Mr. Wonderful Haggis, good morning, Eli. Good morning, bro. Dream, you're here. American Dream 1.5. Oh my God, I was nursing my dog, sore paw. She broke a toenail earlier. I couldn't come back on my stream. Thank you, Coach Eli, for helping me earlier. Well, Dream, if you go back and hear the rest of that show, I was out for another 2 hours. There's a lot that happened, Dream. If you didn't hear that stream, you probably won't understand what's happening here, man. A lot of stuff happened, Dream. You got to go back and listen to parts of that stream at least or skim through it. Mr. Wonderful Haggis says, hi, Dream. All right. So, here's the thing. You guys want me to go away, right? The last thing you want me to do, Mrs. Lycantheory, is give Susie information, right? Now, I would never give anyone information with malice intent. I would only do it if I felt that the person was innocent, right? And I would do it professionally, maturely, confidentially, and behind the scenes. Ma'am, if you've done nothing wrong, Mrs. Lycantheory, if you've done nothing wrong, then why would it matter if I send that information or not, right? This is different than an ID. An ID is something that is just wrong to put out there publicly. But here's the thing. You're going to come back at me and say, well, everything you have on me, I have on you. Well, that's true, ma'am. But this is what you don't understand, right? I never wanted to do any of those line crossing activities that you wanted to do. Now, I understand your intentions were for the better good, right? I'm being scrutinized for basically doing things that I never wanted to do. And I told you I didn't want to do them, right? Okay? There were some things, some phone recordings and stuff like that I was on a call with you. And because you're very good at, convincing people, manipulating, however you want to do it, right? And if you don't get your way, you start to kind of whine and cry. That's what you do to get your way, right? And there were times where you and I were working together, and when regarding certain things that you wanted to do that I felt were not right, I told you that. I told you I don't feel comfortable doing this. She's like, come on. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway, right? Right? And then you end up doing those things, and then I get blamed for those things. I never initiated those things. I'm too much of a goody-goody to initiate those things. Now, people are going to say, well, you went along with it. Well, I was just trying to appease her emotions. I didn't want to deal with that. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Do what you got to do, right? Do what you got to do, right? I don't agree with this, but hey, you know what? You do you, I do me, right? But I told her I felt very uncomfortable. Which is what I'm trying to say, about many things that she wanted to do. Now, granted, technically, they were for the better good. But even if it's for the better good, it doesn't mean it gives you the right to do certain things. Now, here's the thing. Those things that were done during the time I was working with her, okay, let me tell you something. I've had people that have, created flyers of me, fake flyers of me, saying I'm a pedophile and putting them all over Craigslist, right? right? I called the police on that. You know what they told me? They said it's a civil matter, right? So listen, you folks keep coming at me with all this stuff, right? Right? At the very best, any of this would be a civil matter, right? And it's not a big deal. It's stupid, right? So here's the thing. Whatever she has on me, I have on her, same thing. Whatever we have on each other, right, is not really that big of a deal. It's a big deal to her because if she's trying to get a restraining order on somebody else or trying to come at somebody else and try to ruin their life, okay, this information I have could help this person from having their life ruined, right? Now, Mrs. Lycantheory is going to come back and say, well, no, she ruined my life. No, ma'am. Ma'am, you seem to be the common denominator thinking that everyone is ruining your life, ma'am. You think that everybody, Mrs. Lycantheory, is out to get you. No, ma'am. And ma'am, you should have some tolerance for this stuff if you're going to play on the YouTube platform, right? If you're going to put yourself out there publicly, ma'am, you're open to the scrutiny just like the rest of us are, okay? But you go around and every time somebody criticizes you, I've been criticized for this too and I've gotten better, right? But you go around and anytime somebody criticizes you or clips a video of you or does something that any typical YouTuber would do, you go and threaten them with, you know, I'm gonna get a harassment order on you. I'm gonna flag you down. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, ma'am. You do that to everybody, ma'am. So I'm seeing a pattern here, ma'am. So here's my offer here. This is my offer. Okay, I'm gonna give you, Mrs. Lycantheory, 48 hours. Okay, it is Thursday, March 18th. I'm gonna give you until Saturday morning. I'm going to be gracious. I'm going to give you until Saturday morning to reach out to Susie and work this out. Let it go. Let it go. You're done with her. She's done with you. You move on. You want peace from her. She wants peace from you. If you just want her to leave you alone and you want to leave her alone, then why can't you agree to just do that and get rid of all this legal crap? It's stupid, right? Let it go. Let it go and move on, right? You say you don't want to talk about her anymore and you want to leave her alone and you want her to leave you alone, right? So if you both can just do that, then what's the problem? What's the problem, right? I want to see, ma'am, if you can handle this professionally and maturely. By Saturday morning, you reach out to her and work it out. You folks drop all this legal mumbo jumbo and move on with your lives. Okay? I'll give you until Saturday morning. If not, I'm going to talk with her, and I'm not saying I'm going to give her anything, but I'm going to share my experiences with her. And I'm going to hear what she's been through, and I'm going to hear from her what you want from her and why you're coming at her, man, because it's one thing for you to tell me your side of the story, but she has hers as well. There are always two sides of every story, right? But here's the thing, ma'am. You're the only one. You're the common denominator, Mrs. Lycantheory. You're the common denominator. Like every single community you've been a part of is like not happy with you in some way, shape, or form. Now, you can come back and say the same thing about me, but no, I have my own community and they're here, right? The only community that doesn't like me is your boyfriend's community because they're the Coach Eli rejects that I removed for not being, not complying with my rules on my channel of being friendly and being polite. They were rude people, so they got removed, right? So that doesn't count, right? So ma'am, do the right thing. You want this to end? You can end it. You're a grown 47-year-old woman. Same age as me. If you're mature and responsible and you want to do the right thing, stop going at people, stop threatening to sue them, stop striking people down. I don't even do that anymore, right? And I'm going to prove that to you in a second here. I've learned how to play this game better. You want people to leave you alone, Mrs. Lycantheory and Jamie, Mr. Lycantheory? You want people to leave you both alone? Then you leave other people alone and stop attacking other people. You want people to stop coming at you, stop coming at them. And if you can't stand the heat on YouTube, get out of the kitchen. Everyone has an opinion out here, and everyone's entitled to it. And you know what? If you're going to voice your opinion, you're going to get it back. And if you don't like that, then don't voice your opinion in the first place. I want one more thing. If you want me to go away, Jamie. I want one more thing. I'm not going to ask you to remove all of your videos because you have a backlog that you want to keep for some reason, right? Okay? I'm going to ask you to remove all the pre-recorded videos you've done on me that are hateful and abusive, that put rainbow, sex toys in my mouth and all that. Remove all the Coach Eli's greatest hits. Remove those pre-recorded videos. Put them to private for all I care. Just make sure that they never see the light of day again. Put them to private. That's fine. But if you put them back to public and I notice them and I'll be watching them, I have all the links, then I'm going to call you out every time. You want me to go away, then you got to do your part. It's a two-way street. That's a fair offer, right? You want to live happily ever after with Mrs. Lycantheory? Then you folks just do two simple things. Number one, Mrs. Lycantheory, drop all the stuff with Susie, and she'll drop it on you and move on. How difficult is that? Isn't that what you both want? Then just do that. You don't need to go to court for that, right? Be grown, mature people. And Mr. Lycantheory, remove those videos and we're gone. And we're good. We're good and I'll be gone, right? And if not, if you guys talk about me, I'm going to talk about you. That's the way this game works, right? That's the way this game works, right? So, both of you have until Saturday morning, okay? Let's say Saturday morning at 11:59 a.m. Let's say Saturday until noon. I'll give you till Saturday until noon, right? Now, you want to come back at me and tell me to shove it up my you-know-what, like you always say, James? Then that's on you, right? This is more than fair. You resolve this issue, Mrs. Lycantheory, with Susie. You both handle it like grown, mature adults. And boom, I'm out of the way. And I will not testify anything on her behalf. I don't want to have to go there. I want to see how mature of an adult you are, Mrs. Lycantheory. You said that you've changed. You said that you can handle the court of public opinion now, right? Well, show that to me and show that to everyone, right? Now, one more thing before I wrap up the show. We're at 53 minutes, okay? Heather, your channel has 3 copyright strikes. I was the first one to put a copyright strike on your channel, ma'am. You did, come at me, but you want to know something? I should have let it go. I've learned a lot since that time, even though it was only a short while ago. Back in October, I believe I said when I put that copyright on you. Ma'am, I'm about to give you a gift that no one ever thought I would give you. I'm going to retract that copyright strike, and I'm going to give you your channel back. You want to know why I'm going to do that? Because I'm a good fucking person, pardon my French. This is the kind of person I am. Ma'am, you've come at me, you've talked smack about me, and that's fine. I get it. It's not a big deal. Okay? But let me tell you how much I care even about you, ma'am, when everyone else out here has attacked you because you have a deadly disease that you got because I believe your husband gave it to you, ma'am. I feel sorry for you, and I would never attack you for that. Okay? And I hope you appreciate what I'm going to do for you because I do really care about the better good of everyone. Right when I'm done with this stream, I'm going to retract that copyright. I'm going to email YouTube. And then within a day or two, keep an eye on your email, ma'am. Within a day or two, when that gets retracted, they will probably reinstate your channel. If they don't, I want you to let me know. But the moment they reinstate your channel, ma'am, I don't care if you leave my video up. I would probably delete it. I'm not going to reflag you, obviously, because I'm retracting it, right? But if you have other videos on that channel, you're still going to have 2 strikes. If you have other videos on that channel that Mrs. Lycantheory or Sharon or anyone else in this Dramasphere group will flag you on, delete them right away. Let those 2 other strikes expire and don't use their content. These people are very spiteful and vindictive. I'm going to give you your channel back, ma'am, because I'm a good person with a big heart. Okay? And I want to show you folks that I really care, despite how much you folks have come at me. Now, one more thing before I'm out of here. Mrs. Lycantheory and everyone else, I want to make it very clear. Earlier tonight, several hours ago, because of the fact that my license is out there in the hands of this woman that I gave it to confidentially, right, for legal purposes, right, I emailed YouTube earlier tonight. I emailed YouTube Copyright earlier tonight, and I sent them the links to every single channel I run out here on YouTube. And I told them these are the only channels that you accept copyrights from and this ID from. And what I did was I not only sent them a copy of the ID, same one that Mrs. Lycantheory has, but I took a picture of my ID with me holding it like this so they can see it's me. I also told them, this is my main channel, A Grip on Life, okay? If you look at, I broadcast live every day. If you look at the ID, I'm the same guy here broadcasting live. This is me. If you look at this other channel, A Grip on Life 2, this is me. If you look at Coach Eli's Classics, this is me. If you look at the Elias Melas channel, this is me. And there are several other channels. I sent them links to all those channels. I made them aware that there's a woman out there, I didn't mention your name, that has my ID. I gave it to her for legal purposes. We were working together last year. We've had a falling out, and I am just trying to protect myself in case my ID is ever to be used for malice intent. I couldn't believe how fast they got back to me. Sometimes YouTube Copyright, boom, they're just like that. You know? Like, thank you for your message. We will keep the information on file. Sincerely, the YouTube team. So here's the thing, folks. Even to get to this point where I'm at today, between my former channel and this one, I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been through the grinder and then some. Right? This is what it takes to make it as a YouTuber. One day, I'm going to share this story again when I'm at 50K or 100K subs, right? And I'm going to tell you folks, hey, if you want to get here, this is what you're going to go through. Hopefully you don't go through it as much or as badly as I did, but this is what you're going to go through. This is what you have to deal with to become successful on this platform. It's just the way it is, right? You can't control the behavior of other people, and some people are better than others. You just have to roll with the punches. That's it. Motique says, that's nice of you. Well, I'm a nice dude, man. I'm a good guy. I'd like to say I'm a nice guy, but the nice guy stigma makes you sound like a sissy, right? So we'll just say good guy like I always say, right, man? I've had to go to my Redwood City Police and San Mateo County Sheriff and give them information from my place and all my family properties in case people call a distress call. I've had to do so many things and take so many protective measures against these crazy psychopathic people. All because they just don't like who I am. All because one mid-30s spoiled entitled millennial dude just can't keep my name out of his mouth, or can't stop making content on me, right? Dude, I can stop talking about you. You're still going to simulcast stuff. You're still going to do this, man. You got to move on from it, dude. That's another thing. Move on from it. Delete those videos. Move on. Have your woman work things out with Susie. It's real simple. Susie goes her way, and Mrs. Lycantheory, you go your way. Why can't you just do that? Why do you have to go to court? Why do you have to make such a big deal out of it, right? Let's see if you can do the mature thing. I'm going to get out of here, folks. Again, Heather, keep an eye on your email. I'm going to retract that copyright right after I'm done here. I'm going to, shut down my equipment and stuff like that. But within the next 30 minutes, I'm going to retract that copyright from your channel. When you get that email, delete any other videos that you know people will flag you. Because you're going to have 2 strikes. And I can't rescue you a second time because the other 2 strikes and the 3rd strike are going to be from other people than me. I'm going to give you a gift because I think you're a good person deep within. And I can't stand seeing people get attacked. And I know you've been through a lot based on, what's happened to you. And I actually care. I do freaking care. No matter what you think about me, ma'am, I care. And I'm going to do the right thing. With that being said, folks, have yourselves a great day. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm probably going to sleep until 10 a.m. You're going to criticize me for that? J-Rom? I wake up at 6 a.m. When I woke up at 8 a.m., the guy's like, oh, I wake up at 6 a.m. He wakes up at 8? Well, dude, I'm telling you, I'm not going to wake up till 10 a.m. because I was doing a stream overnight. I was going to do this in the morning, but instead I did it now. So I'm going to sleep, if that's okay by you, J-Rob. Have a great night, everyone. See you later today. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.